OneCircuit Mailbag, coming to you live from downtown Tasmania. OneCircuit, in the top 10 electronics channels in all of southern Tasmania.
Ooh, big parcel, light parcel. Yeah, what have we got? A music hat. Oh, 2 music hats. 3 music hats. These are Bluetooth beanies. So I thought I'd actually bought Bluetooth beanies that had lights on them as well, but this looks like it's just a Bluetooth beanie. Let's get one out and have a look. Well, if you've ever wanted to own an item of clothing that includes a charging port and a manual and a USB cord that is micro USB, then this one is your one. So on one side we've got the controls, and on the other side sewn in is presumably the other speaker. So I have a couple of sons who think I'm ridiculous in my purchases online, and I like to confirm their worst fears. So there's 3, one for me and one for my 2 boys. So yeah, as the winter approaches in Tasmania and in Australia, this might be just the thing as you're moving about the place listening to music. Pretty cool. Oh, okay. So yeah, a light that you stick on, well, in this case, a piano, so that you can read music, see the keys, and yeah, that's all this is about. So not really high tech as such, but just peg it onto the top of the piano, or indeed you could put it, you know, I guess on the top of your bed head. And then, can we switch this on? It may or may not be already charged. Yeah, it'll need charging. There's nothing coming through. Let's charge it up and have a look and see if it actually works. Right, a little embarrassing. There's actually an on and off switch here. So once it's on, then yeah, just pressing this one here. Hard to see, I guess, through the camera, but we've got 3 modes of light and rechargeable battery. That's pretty white light, and not sure that that's my preference, but I'm not the piano player in this situation, so don't shoot me. I'm not the piano player, but the piano player requested that that there's light for the seeing of things, and that's what this one's about. One packet, I think 2 things. So one thing is, all right, so this is for looking at the temperature and the time and the humidity, and 3 things. So that's a little garage, what would you call it, like for a replacement for the remote control in the garage. Hopefully it's the right frequency. This isn't for me, it's for a neighbor. It says 286 megahertz. I think that's what the neighbor has, so that's good. And this one, it's a light. How interesting. It looks like one of those not brushless, like bladeless fans. But I think it's actually a light. Let's see if it's charged. Oh, look at that. That is a really, I don't know if you can see that, but that's a lovely color. That's really nice. So it's a night light, but I think you can actually also use it. I think there's a LED on the end here. Here we go. Yeah, look at that. So it's a torch as well. That is a pretty cool thing. A night light, which you can then just pick up and use it as a torch. Very impressive. Let's get this thing open and see if we can't see what the temperature, the time, and the humidity is down here in the dungeon. That's pretty easy to adjust. There's a manual here which has got all the bits and pieces on it, and yeah, that's nice. And yeah, I just managed to set the time, which is fine. You can set an alarm. It's got the day, date, the year, everything like that. So It's a bit warmer down here than I expected it to be. So yeah, almost 22 degrees, 49% humidity at around 5:30 in the PM. Terrific. So yeah, we'll have to make sure that this works for the neighbour. The light is a very good night light / torch, and I like this guy. It took one battery, which was a single AAA in there, so it'll be interesting to see how that holds up over time. You can hang it up. Looks like there's a bracket there as well to pull it out, but yeah, can't remember the price of it, but probably pretty cheap. So we'll see how that one goes. Nice one. Seems like there's a few things in here. A lot of stuff drop ship these days, so nothing happens for a while, and then suddenly a lot of parcels arrive, and that looks like what this is as well. There we go, suitably anonymized. All right, there's our 4 parcels per parcel. So push those to the side and have a look at the first one. And it is, this is a very strange one, it seems, at the start. Don't judge me. But this is little bladders. So in countries that have Halloween, and that's not my country, but in countries that have Halloween, it's apparently acceptable to have your Halloween drinks in this sort of fake blood bag. But I was actually looking for a bladder to put inside a teddy bear, such that when you squeeze that teddy bear, there's a change of air pressure. That's picked up by an ESP32, and then that transfers to a bear somewhere else in the world that then vibrates as to indicate that someone is giving you a virtual hug. So this is a Zyla Foxland project, which I'll link up, and I'm making a few changes. I think she uses a different sort of bladder, and I was actually wondering what would happen if I maybe put some of the electronics and sensors on the inside of this, but that's what that's about. So I guess in a normal world, you would put your drink in there, and then you would drink out of that. But in my world, what I'm going to do is to maybe use this as a sealed bladder to detect air pressure in a project that hopefully will allow me to virtually hug my friends and family around the world. Pretty cool project. Thanks, Zyla. All right, this one is slightly burnt, slightly anonymized. Is that it? Yeah, that is all that is in there. So these are pretty cool looking heat sinks, I think. Yeah, look at that. Nice. I want to say probably around about maybe 0.8 of a centimeter by 0.8 of a centimeter by maybe 1 centimeter. Beautiful looking. Yeah, quite lovely. Let's well, what I'll do is I'll take a close-up shot and I will superimpose it over this video so you can see what they look like. But they're yeah, they're quite lovely. And so I guess if I'm looking for a heat sink for a project, and there's been a few of them lately, this is another alternative. Yeah, just looking to collect a lot of different sizes for when you need them. All right, and this one, let's have a look. Oh, did I even cut into it? Yes, I did. Be careful though. And we have, okay, bit of a theme. Some more heat sinks. I think this must have been as a result of a recent Orange Pi or Raspberry Pi project. And I thought, oh, I just don't have the heat sinks that I actually want or need for that project. And then I just went on, I think, a little bit of a heat sink buying spree. Yeah, and this is the result. So different sizes, different shapes, different orientations, different materials. Oh, I like that one. The black matte one looks pretty good. I'll get a close-up picture of all of those to show you. And yeah, we'll just add them to the heat sinks for when we need them. Yeah, very nice. Good one. Last one of the series. And revealing some lovely packaging. This stuff's really handy, actually, when you're repackaging stuff too. So keep all of that. And we have, okay, so antenna, and I'm going to say ESP32, and I think this is also for the teddy bear project. Yeah, I would definitely say that. So this is an ESP32S, and there's probably a couple of them. There are 3 of them altogether, and 3 equivalent antennas to put on there. So 3 bears. One will be an experimental bear. And, it doesn't know about that yet. But yeah, 3 bears, and inside 3 ESP32Ss, antennas to match, the bladders that we saw earlier on. Yeah, this will be a nice project when it comes together. Hopefully it will come together. And again, thanks Isla Fox. And if you haven't seen her work, absolutely brilliant. She has a co-conspirator on that project too. I'm just not sure who that is. I'll flash that up underneath. Excuse my memory. That is the mailbag for the week, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.